Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Welcome. You fancy pants got Gator Pool Gators in here and stuff.
What's up?
Got Fungus
What's up, Gator
Queen,
Pool?
Kara, welcome.
Fries.
Yeah, Tammy, welcome. Fries, evening. We've been MIA on the Mondays for a while, but we figured we'd try again, see what's up.
Yep, exactly. What's up, Low Life? I seen
And
Troy from
and
Balls to
uh
Strike and
and if
Joel
you're
in here.
watching anybody else's show, you're just a rotten human. Just saying.
Yep, exactly.
Welcome. Everybody welcome.
You can watch a live stream or you can watch a recording. Now I know John Inkline has one right now. It's a recorded one, but I know that's because Fred from
How do you have a recorded live?
Well, it's like it's just a video that comes out.
I know how it works.
That's because Fred.
It's hard to call it a live if it's recorded.
It is, but that's because Fred works nights now, so he's got to go to work for F&A balls, Fred. So he goes to work, so he ain't been able to go on to them lives at nighttime. So
it's crazy.
I guess you just you should have did it as a premiere live or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's where it's like it's supposed to be recorded, but then there's just the chat is live.
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird. Either way, it's still not really alive.
Well, there's people in there watching it, but he was commenting with people, so
yeah. Hell, you doing, Pop Up? So how's everybody doing at the beginning of this nasty week?
Why was it nasty over there?
Huh?
Why is it cold over there?
It was raining, cold. It's nasty.
It's been around 60 here, so
60. Jeez, I'm crying 60. I'll be out barbecuing in some tank tops and shit.
There you go.
Ain't 60 around here. It's like 30.
Well, are you getting the rain California's getting?
I don't know.
They're getting hammered, dude.
It's just we're right in between. It's like we get the snowish rain kind of shit, It's like we're right there. It doesn't really quite get it cold enough to snow all the way when it snows, and then but it stays warm enough to just rain. So it's a bunch of shit. I can't believe we got nobody on the panel. We got no friends on Monday.
Oh yeah, 70 there.
Oh, I don't like you neither. I know, that's why I got to send out some shirts and shit, but it's so cold out in the garage, man. I hate cutting shit when it's cold outside. It's like, man.
Right.
Because I do not have a climate control garage.
What's up, Mike?
Mike's Aquariums, welcome. So yeah, it's cold up there and shit. It's like Annette, it's like, will you make me this? It's like, you know how cold it is out there.
Right.
It's like outdoor cold. Even if I put the heater in there, it ain't gonna do much good.
All right, Friday. Sounds good.
Unless you're right next to it.
Yeah, I didn't even know HillJack went live. Well, I mean,
yeah, he went live with
Quentin
the other day. Yeah.
What's up, JJ?
JJ's Tarantulas, welcome.
I see he was selling one of his stacks of enclosures, so he must have got some new ones or something.
Who Quentin was or
HillJack? No, HillJack.
I was on there for a little bit. He was saying something about everything was full.
Yeah, it was some of them white.
Yeah. Somebody asked him if he breeds anything else other than because Benjamin was on there with him. Benji asked, "Do you breed anything else other than the ball pythons?" He said, "No, I ain't got no room to breed nothing else. Everything I got something in it, Or all the cages I got something in it or something like that." He said.
Yeah, it's ball pythons is venomous. I know I think he still has a couple smaller retics, or he did. He might have got rid of them, and then a Burmese, and then he's got his Nile. And I don't know if he still has the Tegus or not.
Well, he had the gator and the turtle.
Maybe the corn snake. He got a king cobra.
Yeah, I knew he got the king cobra. Well, people look at me like, you know, when they walk into that, you know, my reptile room, they're like
What's
surprised.
up, Anthony?
Holy shit, you know. And it's like, you think this is fucking cool. There's people that got way cooler animals than me. It's like,
Oh yeah,
and shit, snapping turtles and all kind of shit, you know. It's like, it's crazy.
well, I mean, like you got to jump through hoops if you want to even think about getting like an alligator snapper here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, because they're like on one of the protected lists here or something. So I mean, it's hard to get I mean, you could probably get a permit, but you got to. It's not like you can get a permit for a cobra faster than you will that alligator snapper. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Well, they just don't want them to, you know, be invasive somewhere and shit. It would be weird.
Thanks, Anthony.
Well, that's like why we can't have the piranhas and shit and all that shit here because they're afraid they're going to be living.
Well,
You know, in our lakes and shit.
we can't own alligators here either because they're a native species. That's what I say, and the numbers are low. But you can have caimans.
When I
they
was
sell
younger,
caimans all the time.
You used to see the
What's up, Robbie?
gators and shit at the pet stores all the time when I was a kid. Robbie, welcome.
Well, and they just passed a law, here not long ago.
There's supposed to be some U.S. art thing going on in Washington. I seen some.
Yes,
deal.
It's something.
But I didn't know what it was about.
It's about not being able to take any like the species to like educational shows or anything like that. The turtles, the ball python, all of them. Kind of animals. They pretty much got it. If you go to their website, they've already got the cover letter and everything for you. You can just copy and paste it and send it to your representatives. But yeah, they're wanting to do that. But yeah, I think they banned. I know here you can't have tigers no more, but I think Florida they did the same. It's either Florida or Texas. They did the same thing. Like you're not allowed to own them.
I am a firm believer. There are some animals you just should not own, and tigers are one of them. I'm just saying. Derek Reptiles, welcome. I know everybody's got their right to own some animals. I own animals I probably didn't own neither, but either way, I think there are certain animals that you.
He says kind of like the Lacey Act all over again in Washington. Yeah, it is, but not quite as bad, but it is bad. Yeah. So, I mean, anytime they try to put restrictions on what you can do,
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Zach, welcome.
There's still, you think there's some kind of way they could, meet in the middle in Florida and still work it out, even if it's like with the species they're worried about, I mean, I know somebody else is talking about, but you could implant like a chip in your snake, and then have your name. And Florida already has GPS tracking because they use it for the Burmese. They put GPS trackers in there, and that's how they find out where the males. They locate the males with the big females. That's how they get the big females. So they ain't like they already got GPS tracking in their system. So say you had to pay a fee of $50 a year or whatever, because that's all it would come down to is money for them. They'd have to make money too. The
only bad thing with all that and their little fines and all that bullshit is they always set it up to where, like, because you have this, we can come in at any time and do this and that.
Right.
Same thing with the marijuana laws. It's like, oh, you can have a medical card and you can grow 7 plants, but we can come in and invade your fucking privacy whenever we want. And that's the part I don't like.
Yeah, but that's every state, dude. It's in Washington. They can do the same thing in Washington.
But that's why I don't have a medical card, because I don't want.
No, I mean for your animals. The DNR has the right to come into your house anytime they want to and do a search. Yeah. And that's all. But I mean, I understand it's more intense because now they've got you on a list, because you got to get a permit in Florida,
Yeah, yeah.
And now they've got you. And if they don't like you or you cause enough stink.
Well, yeah, but it depends on what it's about. It's like, like they can, if they're using that to come in to look for other things or some shit.
Right.
Bullshit, it's like. And I'm one of them type of people. It's like, you better have some paperwork. If you're going to come to my house and check this, you're going to come in there. The paperwork better say you're only here to check that and that only. You know, it's like you
that's
ain't
the
going to see
thing.
something else.
They don't have to have all that like the police do, though. They can just come in and say, hey, you know, and that's the bad thing about it. You know, I mean,
well, the bad thing is that they'd have to prove it. Well, they could prove I have animals, but they'd have to prove someone had animals to be able to even get in there. But if you have one of them permits, that's what actually gives them the right to do whatever they want. If they don't, if you don't have any of the permits, they have to prove you have the animals before they can invade your house. They can't just walk in whenever you want because you have an animal.
Right.
They have to prove that you have an illegal animal, and then they might be able to come in and get a warrant.
Hope it all goes good tomorrow, Derek. He gets through it pretty good though. But I mean, what's up, Hutch?
What's up, Hutch? Welcome.
But you know, that's just the thing. I mean, it's like, you know, they had 10 schools here in Oklahoma there, you know, right before Christmas get bomb threats. And there's one guy that basically called him in, so he's swatting people, you know. It's almost like when they swat you and they call the FBI or SWAT team in on you, you know. So people can do that, and people come busting in your house because they had a problem with you, you know, and that sucks, dude. What's up, Connor? I mean, I could call somebody and tell them where you're at, you know, and be all the way here, you know, and they better not do that to me. I'd be like, SWAT came to my house, disrespected my family. I know you dark.
It was funny. I was wearing the old Poisonous shirt as I got on today, and I had a lot of people look at it because it's so bright yellow, you know. But the one guy, it was like in the produce or something at the Fred Meyer's or whatever, and you could tell he looked at my shirt about 2, 3, 4 times, you know, and you could tell he wanted to say something.
Right.
And it was like I was just waiting for him. You could just see it in his fucking face that he wanted to say it was venomous and not poisonous. But it was funny. He didn't get up the nerve to do it apparently, but I was waiting for it. You could just see it in his face. You know, he was it ain't venomous or poisonous.
You should when you left, you should have just walked by and go, I know it's venomous. It's just a joke. You should have just said
I know,
that
I should have said something, you know, like
real
the
low
last time
as he walked by.
One of the times he looked at me, I should have said, yeah, I know it's venomous. It's just a joke, you know. Yeah, it's funny.
Just walk by him and then kind of like tap on the shoulder. Hey, you just say it real low and then walk away, you know. That'd be funny.
It's funny.
Queen said she needs one of them shirts.
I know. We can figure something out. Like I said, it's cold outside though. I have to make them out in my garage. It's very cold out there. Very cold.
You ain't got a heater?
I can put one out there, but it's not really like an insulated. I've insulated some of it, but it's not really an insulated garage. It's just like a garage.
I told you should have just made you one little room to work out of where you could do your things, keep it warm. And
well, I was gonna do that for to make like a rat room out there. I thought about doing that because I was actually gonna get one of them little buildings and do a rat thing. But
what's up, Blakers? Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, it's behind him. He's got it there. I remember he got it, but
yeah, I got it today.
About that, guys. I even wrote on the little envelope the name underneath the little flap thing, and it was like I don't know how I got them fucking mixed up, but you know, hey, I smoke a little, and it doesn't take much.
It's all
it takes is somebody to talk to me in the middle of doing something, you know,
like if
I'm fully focused. Somebody, you know, gets in the middle of it with some weird conversation. I lose track of what I'm doing, and it's like fucking, you know. I was trying to do something nice, and it ended up costing you guys money.
It's all right. No big deal. It's all good.
Right on, Derek. But yeah, I mean, well, it's just like a little like nudge, you know, to try to make you try to go, you know. And whenever I see mine, I always think, man, I want a real one. That's all I ever think, man. Every time I see it, it's like, man, I want a real one. I'll probably never get a real one, even if I reach 100,000. But fuckers.
Yeah, because they don't have to give it to you because you hit 100 grand. That's the thing.
No, I
That's
know
up
it
to their
says right. It says right in the fucking contracts or whatever we okay to that. Yeah, they give them to, or they necessarily doesn't have to give it to you or whatever. However they word it, I can't remember how they word it. But
if they give it to you, it's because they're feeling nice. They want to, So if you
basically, yeah.
get one of them people that don't like your channel,
Welcome,
you
Heather.
probably ain't
Welcome,
gonna get it.
welcome. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's our discretion. If we don't like your channel, we're not giving it
Yeah.
to you. You know.
I don't know what they call it. It's like they don't have to, but it's like if we do, it's like you
At
feel
their
honored.
discretion.
Yeah, at their discretion.
Yeah, it's
so.
at their discretion or whatever they said.
Could you imagine
I read
getting
it so long ago that
100 or 200,000 subscribers and they say, sorry, we don't like you, so we're not giving you.
that's my luck. That's exactly what'll happen to me. It's like it's just the way it is. Those little, yeah.
Or what would you do if you got to like 99, thousand subscribers? You're almost there, and then they canceled your channel. I mean, dude, that would be a hit, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd probably go fucking psychotic on many people.
I'd say, hey, you still giving me that plaque?
Yeah, it's like you either give me the plaque or we're gonna do one of them postal situations in your building, motherfucker. You hear me? It's like I better get my plaque. If you want to save yourself a lot of time and money, just send me the plaque. It'll be way cheaper for you in the long run. I'm just saying.
I missed that interview last night on BPL's channel, but I did watch it today. So good job, y'all did on that. He had
I know she was in her jail cell.
I figured as much.
It's hard not to see white and or grayish bricks and not think it's a jail cell.
Yeah, he was talking about if they find he lives in that apartment with them rats, they find out he'd be out. I'm like, oh yeah, exactly.
No, it's weird. I mean, rats are even so much more frowned upon than like anything else. People, oh, you got snakes, and then they react, but it's like as soon as you say, oh, I got rats, they're like, oh, you got rats? It's like because you want rats, like you keep them, and it's like yes,
or
I feed them.
You raise roaches?
Oh yeah, we talked about that last time. I was buying all my 8 cartridges. That lady's all like, "What do you use these for?" I was like, "Do you really want to know?" And lady's all, "Sure." I was like, "I breed roaches." What? It's like I told you.
Yeah, because he's like, if they get out there, if they would happen to get out, they'd be out in the hallway. And she's like, well, they'd have to get out. They'd have to try to climb the stairs. And if they climb the stairs, my dog's just going to eat them anyway. So it's like it don't matter anyway.
Hopefully. Well, that's we talked about that a little bit last time. That goddamn Tyndall. He bought he brought in like 20,000 roaches or some shit. And he tried to flip the box to put it into the big fucking tub.
Tote.
Yeah, big tote. So he bang, he missed the fucking deal or he smacked his hand on something and they went everywhere. Sarah was running around squishing them and he's all, stop squishing the roaches. And she's like, fuck you. It's like, it was funny. It was like, just cracked me up.
Yeah, because you in your mind, like you go to the pet store, that's like 50 cents each, $1 each, depending on the size,
Oh Jesus! I almost bought it. The other day. They had one of those island roaches or whatever that they tell you they sell
the real big ones,
$10 or whatever.
Yeah,
and it was a huge motherfucker. It was like it looked like one of the big hissing cockroaches. It was so big, and I was like, man, that's so tempting just for a video. Feed it to a frog or something. But it was like, man, that is a big fucking roach.
$5 a piece, huh?
Yeah, but that was the thing. The one that had the big roach only had one in it. Didn't even have 2 roaches in there. It was just the one. Wow. It was so big. It was just the one. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, Fry's got a good channel going on over there. So he's going to be he does a lot of Instagram, but he's going to be doing more on YouTube this year. And he's got some nice stuff over there, man. I mean,
is there any fentanyl smoking on this channel?
No.
I like me some fentanyl.
What's up, Lecca? Well, I mean, anybody that can have lace monitors, printing monitors, he can get a lace monitor for, $1,200 or whatever. Over here they're like $8,000.
But my bill wasn't on. I'll make
like
sure my bill's on.
here, you know, so that's a big difference. But man, he can
He's
have
got
like 20
88
monitors.
followers. He needs some more followers, ladies and gentlemen. More
Followers or subscribers?
Same thing.
No. You got to separate the two worlds.
Anyways.
What's up,
KY?
Welcome. Did y'all
see?
see his story the other day, dude? I was cracking up. If you ain't seen it yet, go see it.
Whose?
Rob's. Oh, that's funny. The picture of the 4 clowns. Oh, that was great. I laughed my ass off.
No clowns.
No, it's ball python clowns and then an ass clown. Oh, I was rolling.
Right. Yeah, here. Damn fool.
What you doing down here? There's no women allowed down here.
Oh. If y'all looking for any good snakes, hit up Rob. He's got a bunch for sale right now. Some nice stuff too.
I'm feeding the bears.
I thought he was sending me a clown for sponsorship.
He's supposed to be sending me a list, but he never did. So I'm sure he's been busy.
I want to see a list. Do you take payments? I'm broke, so they're going to be small payments. They're going to be really small. You want to sponsor a YouTube channel?
I'll tell you somebody else that's got some nice stuff for sale too. I've seen that we had on our show as a guest. Member the Python Burrow, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Man, he's been posting stuff on Facebook. I'm like, dang, pretty nice stuff. You know, he's always been kind of quiet, but I mean, he produces nice stuff too, you know. I'm sure there's quite a few people in there got some stuff for sale at the moment too, though. But I know Rob's got quite a bit. So if you're looking for something, hit him up.
Well, don't come running over here and smell my fucking joint and then look at me like I did something wrong. Get your ass out of here.
Who are you talking to?
The goddamn dog.
Oh,
look, runs over here acting all crazy like I got a Scooby treat and shit. And then he smells my hooter and then he gives me the old half-cocked look like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I said, I didn't do shit, motherfucker. You ran over here at me.
He's like, I wanted some indica, not sativa.
Oh, you think that's what it is? He's all whining about the flavor. He wants a different kind.
He wants a different kind. He wants some of that biscotti that sounds like biscuits.
But he did. He run over here like I got a Scooby treat or something.
Hell yeah. That's good. You did a good job on that stuff there, so I think that'll be good for everybody. So there you go. You've all heard it here. Auctions in spring, so start saving your money. You get some good deals on some nice snakes there. You know, we're offer it to you before the public, you know.
Little Fry's in the house. Welcome, welcome.
G'day.
Fry?
How are you?
Good.
How's everybody going?
Good.
Good. That's fine.
Stoned as ever.
Look at that beautiful Australian sunshine.
Yeah.
I know it does look nice out
Cat
there.
Eyes?
It's been droopy around here for days.
So you've got a lot of het DG, het clown stuff, worming on visuals, ultramel visuals. So hell yeah. I imagine it's supposed to be working, but on visuals. But what's up, CSL? Look at that lace monitor right there.
Welcome.
He just had a feed, so he's happy.
You just had to do that to make me jealous, didn't you? Showing off. Yeah, you see what I just got this little lace monitor back here, you know.
Do we call that flexing?
No, I'm waiting on him to flex that one day. I'm be watching the live and he's gonna show a Parenti monitor. I'm waiting on him to show me a Parenti one day.
It's actually funny to say that Irondogg, a friend of mine at the moment, just had 8 baby eggs.
Oh.
So he's already told me what's going to happen out of that. Looks like I might have a Parenti coming here.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest monitor in Australia, right?
True and correct.
Yep.
True
They're
and
huge.
correct.
They're
Yeah,
awesome looking, dude. I mean, they look. The wild ones look mean as fuck, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they really puff their necks out, you know. But they're big. But I mean, I've seen a few people catch them and handle them, but I've also seen some big ones, boy. But you know, you get it as a baby and work with it, it'll be great, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Once you play with them and get it used to friendly as, this is a little children's python.
Oh yeah. Is that the first generation of eggs he had, or has he had multiple generations of eggs?
So this is the first time his male has done anything. His male's just come up to being mature. His female has done it before, but she's now retired because she had an injury last year. She slipped down a log and it sliced her all up the side. So
Snooks are
her
welcome.
Well, that's good. So so at least they've got a little bit of lineage to them, you know, been like she does for, you know, it's not just your first F1s really, you know, but kind of, but still, you know.
Yeah,
that
so
makes a difference. It makes a difference, you know.
Yeah, he's got 8 eggs now, and there's another clutch due on another female. So he didn't actually mean to do it. He stuck the male in for the time being, and because he went away and he just thought one cage is easier than multiple.
Right.
And the boy did the job on 3 females.
Nice.
The first one, nothing happened. I think they're all infertile because she's a bit immature.
Right.
She's only about 1.5, I think.
What's up, 905?
905 Rose, welcome.
Yes, can't really show you any snakes. They're all a bit sheddy. Going through sheds.
And that's how it always is. It seems like they're always shedding whenever you want to show something off, you know.
I know, right? I had my green tree python out before. That little sucker tried ripping my face off.
Some snakes look cooler when they got that opaque look to them.
Yeah, I do agree.
Not
see if
all,
I can
but
turn
some
the camera
do. Some do.
Turn this camera in.
Show us some albinos.
That's exactly where I was going with that one.
You can't go wrong with a good beano. Is that snake poisonous?
Nope.
Nice.
It's a bit cranky.
How many different localities of carpets do you have? I mean,
so different morphs. We have quite a few. We got albino, het albino, zebra jungle. That's the zebra jungle there with an albino male. We have a caramel, but she's up the back being a little bumhole. I'll wait until she's in shed 2 at the moment, so I don't really want to show her off. I've got another. That's the head up there.
Oh, isn't it?
Got to clean out. So, in a sec, I'll just turn this camera. I'll see if I can pull something down.
We'd way rather see snakes than your grill. Just kidding.
It's probably not gonna sit there. This guy in here, he's my favorite, but he's going through shed, so.
I take Xanthic carpets.
They got Xanthic carpets? Nice.
Oh, you like the Xanthic? Yeah, that female, she's fat. Like when I say fat, I feel like she's the best looking female.
Yep, that's what the said in the comments are saying. You like the Xanthic.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to get her with the big gentle. Look at that.
Oh,
so that's the female.
That's a good looking snake.
Got nice markings, really cool underbelly.
That motherfucker look like he needs some food, looking all skinny.
No, I just had a feed about 3 days ago, so.
No, I was just kidding. No, some snakes.
They keep growing though. That's the thing. When they get to this stage, they just start pumping weight. So food size quickly changes from what it is for what it was to what it's going. Yeah, they just go through those little growth spurts right now.
905. I sent you a message on IG.
Yeah.
Whenever you got to look at it now. It's whenever.
But yeah, the babies eat. I feed my babies every 5 days. They
Right.
generally in 5 days will shit it out. So I'm happy with that. Are you going to play the game or are you going to be
And
a
what
bitch?
to do out with the old?
Don't
I'll
be a
tell you what,
bitch.
them carpets get pretty big too. We knew a guy, Jay's Reptiles, and
So that's
he had a
Albania
big
bread line,
carpet,
but
dude.
very reduced.
Nice.
She's not as bright as the other reduced.
Well, yeah, and Gay had a couple big ones too.
Yeah, I mean, they get pretty good size, bigger than what you think they do. I don't think a lot of people realize how thick they can get too. You know what I'm saying?
That snake's on the run. I seen it. It was gone. Get me out of here. It's like, get
Trying to
me.
go. Now it wants to be savage. Come on.
Don't pinch the head.
Nah, never do. Haven't done that yet. Touch wood.
I've come close a couple times. Snake come out of there going, boy. It's like you try to shut the thing real quick.
Oh, there you go.
Is that turtle poisonous?
Nah, but likes biting fingers.
I believe that. Yeah, that's a good looking lace monitor. Reach in there and give him some chin rubs.
He was laying down on this bar before,
Right.
and I thought, oh, babe, can you help me edit? I said to me, missus, can you help me edit this? Makes it look like he's laying on my arm. She's like, why don't you just open the door? I was like, do I have silly tattooed on my forehead? Literally, he would take your fingers off. Hey, you.
He's like, I'm full. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit up here and chill out. But yeah, so not much is happening here. Bit quiet, bit busy. Just been cleaning some rodents. Just went and washed all my arms, obviously, before I jumped on here. But yeah, just sort of pull some snakes, but all of them in the shed, so it makes life very difficult.
So
Let's show you.
Cleaning rodents is for the birds.
So what? With your carpets, are they all like? Are they all just like one? Locality, like coastal or whatever ones they got.
Most of them are just Morelia, Darwin's.
Right.
So most of my collection is Darwin based. And then I do have now the new series of snakes behind me, which is like the albinos, the xanthics. I do have another set of snakes that I can't show you everybody yet. That's a bit of a secret.
Right.
I haven't mentioned it before either, so it makes it really cool.
A bit of a secret. You can't just throw that shit out. What the hell is that?
Just a random gecko, ain't it?
I was just gonna say, random shit running around.
He's all bowed up like a pit bull.
I know, he mad as hell. Like, mess with me, I'll bite your finger off. He's looking for a toe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the female, so she's 100% albino. And this little dude, he is albino. He's pretty buff.
There's some crazy colors when it comes to geckos, though,
Oh, there's so damn many of them. It's insane.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, I was just all of a sudden the camera went down. I was like, you just got that thing running around? It's like, what the hell?
Nah, keep it in caged, obviously. But it's easy.
Well, the way that you showed it, I didn't see you take it out of nothing. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, they're locked up. They're in a breeding tub right now, and I think he's getting the job done. So
Hell
perfect. Because she laid eggs about 40 days ago. No, longer than that. 60 something days ago. And then when I checked the tub a couple of weeks back, they were infertile. So it says 30 days after they can do it again. So guess what? It's close to 30 days. So she's been on the food ever since, and now I've just chucked her in with him.
I think
Nice.
that's on multiple of his shows. He's
Yeah.
about got tagged right there, Robbie.
Oh no
He always-
shit! He almost got tagged the other night.
He always makes
Yeah,
that
he
noise, you
did.
know. Woo, woo. He always does that, you know.
He did, actually. I did see that. Geez, it's hot over here. Holy crap.
That's
maybe
some
that's just
bullshit.
my reptile
It's
room.
goddamn raining. I'm about to turn on this heater and shit. I'm freezing.
I'd love to
I'm
show you a
like-
Woma python, but he's in shit mood right now.
Timothy wants to know, do you have any inland carpets?
Anywho,
Inland carpets?
inland carpet. No. Oh, only the Centralian, the carpet pythons, the bread lice. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Centralian. That's a normal. So I've got normals, I've got albinos, and I've got exanthics.
And then some secret bullshit you're not telling us about.
Yep.
I could tell you is in private. Right now, I'm just keeping it quiet. They're not here yet, so I don't know. I can't comment until they're here.
All right.
But yeah, some good stuff. Oh, I showed that little het diamond off, but that's back downstairs, so I'm not going back down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's about it. Been very quiet this weekend. Sorry, we had a big burnout competition, like car meet in Australia. And it was televised, so I didn't really watch anything else but that.
Nice.
A few of my mates won competitions, so
Tyler,
pretty cool. Good on them. That's about it. Now I've got to catch up and clean all the rodents and reptiles. We've just done the rodents, so tomorrow's reptiles.
Kit Kat, welcome.
So far,
Probably
yeah.
feed some stuff. I fed the lace monitor today, so he's done.
Arnett Morris, welcome.
Yes, it's busy.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Well,
I'm going
that's-
to jump off here because I've got to go for a drive now. I've got to go get some more sawdust. So I just thought I'd jump on.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
And
Oh, yeah.
I'll obviously DM you too, Irondogg, because I've seen your message before. So
All
I'll
right.
DM you for maybe sponsorship.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah, why not? All right.
All right, man.
Right on.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks for showing
Later.
us the critters.
Man, how cool would it be to go out there and catch lace monitors or printy monitors, you know,
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, it's cool though that he can catch them and keep it. Is the thing.
Yeah, but I think a lot of his stuff though isn't straight from the wild. You know, he actually, you know,
Yeah.
he's getting them from breeders. But I mean, it's cool that you know, my buddy had printy monitor eggs, so I'm gonna be getting. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, the price difference is crazy. You know, I mean, you know, here lace monitors are like $8,000. You know, they're like
I was gonna say
$1,200 bucks. You know?
7,500. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, don't smoke crack
But you know, I mean,
or fentanyl.
there's other countries too that are so far advanced in the ball python game too, you know, like France and places like that, Netherlands. I mean, these guys got monsoon combos. They got 5-6 gene stranger combos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you wonder if you could buy from there and it's cheaper to import it here than to actually buy it from somebody here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. So
Especially if you made
they're-
like multiple,
depends
you know, you
depends on what they're selling them for, though, is the thing.
right.
But you think them big boys be all over that shit already? So you know that's the thing. But then again, I think a lot of the people that we see their shit, we don't see what's really going on.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you know,
When you got fucking tons of racks, you know, you can show a lot of shit without never showing you the good stuff. You know, it's like
3,500
welcome.
Australian for a printing monitor. See, that's cheap. That's cheap. Welcome, Jen. I mean, you know what I'm saying here, that's, I mean, you number one, you can't even get that here unless you have an AZA license, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so, I mean, it's like getting a kimono, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just something that you know, not the average day keeper can get, you know?
I get that weird shit from a lot of people, and they always look at me and say, "Why would you keep that?" It's
Right.
like, well, what the fuck? Why do you got a cat on a leash? It's like, shut your fucking mouth.
But then again, there's a lot of breeders that we don't know about that are underground, you know, and that's some of the stuff, you know, Justin's bought, you know, stuff off other people. He's admitted it, you know, I said it on camera. I bought this off of here because he produced it. I didn't, you know, but it helps up his game, you know, I mean, I think he bought a stranger clown off somebody a year or two ago, you know, and they had produced them. So, I mean, well, I ain't saying smugglers, but yeah, I mean, that would probably help, you know.
That would help
I mean,
a lot, actually. Well, yeah,
actually,
now
905, I live in Oklahoma, so I can just run on down to
Kit
Bob
Kat with a
Clark's.
$1.50 bang air.
He's only about an hour away. I
Chris
can go down and talk
appreciate
to
that.
Bob, see what he can get us.
Well, that's the thing. That's even like Barcheck. He's been dealing with the same fucking guy, you know, overseas for years and years and years, you know, with the ball pythons and shit. It's like, I think too, with like Hoffman making that movie, all it's gonna do is just it's gonna get worse to get new shit because it's gonna get more expensive for us to get it. Because these guys realize, you know, if I get this bucket of snake, it's worth this much. But then
Right.
all they have to do is start learning morphs, figure out what's going on, ship us some shit. You know, it's like they could make shit and just send it, and it'd be, you know, they could make way more money. You know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, but you know, I mean, that's kind of where, you know, if you talk to, you know, when we had JT on, you know, who used to work for,
well, even now, I bet even trying to smuggle a snake costs you way more than it used to.
Right, but you know, like he said, you know, that's where all the money, you know, he did all the exporting. He said, dude, that's where you make the money is exporting stuff out of the United States. He goes, you know, you're selling it for way more than what it is worth here, you know. So I mean, that's why, you know.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a crazy deal, man. It's like, because I mean, I would get smart quick. If I was over in Africa and I was packing up all these snakes because these people were buying them left and right, I'd start figuring out what are they looking for. You know, it's like,
right. Well, they do
yeah,
know because like that one guy he had on there, he says there's an area out there, you know, he finds pies and albino and he has racks and he's breeding them. He knows what he's doing, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's getting to where it's like now it's not gonna just be sending boxes of snakes, and then the boxes of snakes we get are just gonna be, you know, actual normals, because now they're gonna start pulling out shit. You know, it's like, oh, this looks different. I'm gonna keep this one. This one looks different. I'm gonna keep this one. And it's just, you know, it's gonna be crazy getting the new blood in and shit.
Yeah, I think it was I seen a post Bob put up. I think it was
welcome.
It was 40 years today or something like that. It's been over 40 years. He said he showed the first albino Burmese. He says pretty much any albino Burmese in the States come from that line, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. 905, they are starting collections in other countries with partners, you know, and Miguel's doing that. Mexico, you know, know, he's doing a lot of that. And then,
well, yeah, because he did a reptile channel in Spanish, and fucking he got to 100,000 subscribers in no time.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, there'd be no way I could just box up snakes for years and never like be, you know, intrigued of what are they looking for, what are they doing, and I need to get into it. You know what I mean? It's like there'd be no way. It's like,
well, you know, if you watch Dan with DM Exotics, dude, he's been in the import game for a lot, you know, a long time, you know, and he still has his house in Cali, but he built a house in Thailand with his wife, you know, and you know, he has a big facility over there, and you know, I mean, he's got some nice stuff, you know, but you know, he don't really work with like ball pythons, stuff like that, you know. It's like a lot of different rat snakes and, you know, all kinds of clubrets and, you know, the yellowtail crebos and, you know, I mean, he works with a lot of stuff, you know.
Well, that's
and,
like this ball python game. You almost have to do the social media shit anymore, you know. Anyway, there's so many breeders. If people don't know who the fuck you are, they ain't gonna buy your shit.
Right.
I mean, if there's fucking 100 fucking, you know, clowns on fucking Morph Market and half of them are all the same price, you know, they're gonna pick the first name that they know and buy that snake. I mean, that's how people are, you know. I mean, not to saying that it's not good to do that, but it's like, you know, it's not only
Right.
the guys that you know about got all the good shit neither. So it's like kind of a, you know, it's a different game. But yeah, anymore, it's hard to sell a $5,000 snake when nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Well, that's true, you know.
I mean, that's like, I mean, honestly, if it was easier to get rid of snakes, not like I try to get rid of them, but if it was easier to get rid of snakes, I'd make more.
Well, I didn't 905. I didn't know that Billy from Mutation Creation had like 3 or 4 stores, you know, facilities. I guess I don't know how many. He's got some in the States. He was talking about opening up a couple more here. So I don't know who he's all invested with, but
yeah,
they were talking on podcasts. You know, he's got multiple places. You know, I mean, and he's got.
Well, see, and that's the thing. And Miguel was the first one to really outright say that he was in this game for money. Now that all that is out and the game is bigger, we're going to get more and more and more and more people that are just the money factor. It's not about. I think we're gonna lose the fact of the people like breeding these snakes because they love them. You know what I mean? It's like even though everything's got to be paid for, but it's like. Now, I mean, anybody sees any people, you know, nowadays it's so public that if somebody sees somebody making a buck, they're going to get right in. And you got these people that are going to run right in, buy all these high dollar snakes and start selling shit like crazy. You know, it's like,
well, there'll be people that'll have money that'll say, I want to be the financial part. You do all the work, and then we're gonna, you know,
they're gonna try somehow. So it's just
they're gonna say, hey, I'll put the money up until you know you pay me back in installments or whatever, and then after that's done, I just want like a royalty fee or something. You know, there'll be some kind of deal, you know, going on. I'm sure,
craziness,
or just a partnership, basically, you know. But you got to do all the work, you know, and they're just going to back the money, you know. I mean, it's still no different with the weed industry, you know.
For sure.
That looked good, right? I mean, I think it's good for I mean, you just got to put yourself out there to know where it is, you know. I mean, get your name out there and everything else, you know, whether it be, you know, on smaller platforms, you know, where people know who you are. That's the biggest thing, you know.
Well, that was like me, you know, when I first got into this, I got excited right away. And then I realized it's like, man, this is a long-term, long investment, no matter what. And it was like, do I want to try to be Mr. Snake Guy or do I just want to have fun? And it was like, yeah, I just want to have fun. You know, I want to breed some snakes every now and then, make something, just have some fun with it. It's like, it's purely hobby for me. But I know people that had their first snake 6 months ago, and now they got 100 of them, thinking they're going to be Snake King. And it's like, well, there's a lot in the middle of all that. It's like you can't just buy a bunch of snakes and all of a sudden you're going to be rolling. You know, it's like people got to know who you are.
I think there was a lot of people during COVID. You know, they jumped in and thought, well, this is great, and then they didn't realize all the work. You know, and then all the work and then what it takes, and they ain't going to just turn $1 million overnight. You know what I mean?
And you can have the most expensive snake in the world. If you ain't putting good rodents into it, it ain't going to be worth the shit anyway. You know, it's like, and the rodents are way more work than anything else. So it's like, if you're buying them, it's, you know, or making them, it's like, the rodents are the backbone behind all of it.
If you want to if you're just in it to make money, the best way I can tell you is shoot to make everything with 2 heads and sell it to Brian Barczyk. He'll pay big money for anything that's got 2 heads on it.
Hell yeah. I want to keep mice generation down for like, you know, generate 25, 26 generations and get some fucking 2-headed and 3-arm shit so I can send it to Barczyk.
Yeah, anything that's got 2 heads, he's going to buy up. So as long as you start making stuff with 2 heads, you know, he'll pay big money for it. I mean, you know, when you're paying what $20,000-$40,000 for a two-headed corn snake or whatever, you know you're gonna. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Monthly fee bills are real, and it's you know, I mean, you people don't even realize either that you know
Well, we've seen
probably
people
not
where
even putting their time that you know how much time they've got invested in
we've
this. You
seen
know, when you
people though
sell
that
to.
they lose their rodents for craziness, and it shuts down your whole show. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Well,
you
I'm
could have
Brad. You
500
know,
snakes, you lose your rodent situation, you're done. It's like it's crazy.
Brad's Beautiful Falls. You know, he was producing rats for his collection and a bunch of other people, and then when they had that outage, he lost almost everything. He said, I don't have enough money saved up to be able to feed this type of collection. But
Well, that's like when I lost a bunch of my rodents and I didn't find out till later. It was like, holy shit. As soon as I found out, I was like, oh fuck, that's that it was a good thing I had some freezer camp, you know. And that's why I tell people I don't give a shit. You want to feed live, whatever. You have to keep something in the freezer. I don't care
right.
how against it you are, I don't give a shit. You gotta have some shit in the freezer for emergencies, man. It's like your safety deposit box for your snakes,
Well,
you
and
know.
that's the
It's
bad
like
thing that people
if something happens, you gotta have something.
feed frozen thawed, you know, is when they, you know, I've seen people lose a whole freezer full because something went out while they're at work.
Oh yeah,
And they had no live feeders, you know, to back them up. So now you're talking, I mean, a big freezer full
Oh
of
yeah,
rodents that are just
it
wasted.
does go both ways. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said the rodents are the backbone of the whole snake industry is the rodents, you know, and it's like
Oh, for sure, for sure. They with IR
yeah.
mites, and you know now if you want to get into a
Well,
Nido,
that's
and
the
you know
thing.
how can you? But that's been around. You know, a lot of this
And a
stuff's been
lot of
around,
that's
but
going to
people
come
don't.
from your shows and shit because you get these
Hmm.
people that are thinking they're going to make a buck and then they have these snakes for too long and then that's when the shitty care comes, you know, with the diseases and shit, and it's like.
Especially in the venomous world, if you notice that, you know, some of these guys go, this snake's probably been to
The shows need,
like
I don't
a
know,
month's
you
worth
know
of
what,
shows
how
before it
they police
sells.
shit. I don't know how they police shit, but somebody should go around. If you got snakes with, you know, sticky gums and fucking
I
bugs
tell
on
you
them, you
what,
should
905,
not let them in the show.
if you're in a good area and you can sell rats, I would say yes, but the way the price of rat food is anymore, I don't know, because it's, you know, you'd have to have a good supply of rat food. But I mean, that's where the money is for a lot of people is,
Well,
but that's a lot of work.
even
That's
if
a
you're
lot
going
of
to
work.
use it, you know, even if you want like the Missouri or whatnot, you got to use some. You got to get something that's at least an add-in filler to offset some cost. Deranged, welcome. But that's like
Well,
me, right? I went down to nothing. I was like, oh my god, I know how to rats. So I got a bunch of females. I got rats going, and now I got more than I need.
right.
You know, I had to double my feed because I got more. I got rats everywhere now. It's like I was telling my daughter Annette. Most of you guys know who she is, but I was telling her today. It's like there is no fucking middle for rats. There's none. There is no middle. I mean, not for me. I've never been able to figure out the exact number of nothing. You
Right.
can't. It's either way too much or not enough. That's why you always got to have the freezer. You know, it's like shit like that because it's like to keep the balance is like. You just can't. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like as soon as you think you got it figured out, you got a couple females that don't lay that you thought were gonna or whatnot or something or not, you know. And then something happens always. Male dies, you got to fucking throw another male in. It takes a while to get shit back going. Something always happens, you know. Rats as pets for $10 to $20.
Yeah, I used to do that with all my hairless rats.
See, I'd like to make some hairless.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people say that oh, that one, who was it? Somebody was talking about that day. I think it was Will's Hella Heat, and he said that he goes out and buys these different stuff that you know, and he mixes it together, but he's gonna, if it works good, and he says it's been working good, he's gonna make it to where it's like a cube for himself, you know.
Yeah.
But he said he dumps it in bowls, and he doesn't have the waste that you know, because when you do put it in the racks or up in the on top, they just sit there and grind at them big pieces, so you're going to have a lot of dust from it, or a lot of, you know. But in Missouri,
I
you
don't
know.
know. I don't see a lot of dust with the regular rats. I know the African software rats will chew out a bunch of shit if they got babies.
Right.
If they got babies the right size where they're just about ready to start eating hard food and they can't reach it, they'll drop a whole fucking
Right.
bin full of food right on the ground in a minute. I don't know how they do it so fast, but Jesus, you could fucking fill up the tub and go back a couple hours later and it's empty again. It's like, what the hell? You look in the bin, it's all on the ground. It's like,
Right.
bastards are working, man. It's like, damn, rodents are efficient little fuckers when they want to be.
Yeah, they're kind of creepy looking, but I mean,
Great.
people
These
buy
guys
them up.
finally, you see Irondogg's behind him. They finally got their deals squared around. They had to send them to each other, but and Derek already got his from you, or
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. I got the picture the other day.
But I mean, I'm surprised you haven't looked in that cowbach or whatever it's called. A lot of people switch it, and it's cheaper than Missouri, and then the rats really like it. So
It's called what?
cowbach or something like that, or cowbach. I don't know. But you can buy it, and then they'll deliver it to your door. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't even got to go nowhere. You can do it on a. Where do you start breeding rats? Well, I mean, it depends how big how many you want to breed. But if you build, I know a guy that's got a rack building video, pretty instructional, called My Animal House. You can go look at his rat rack build, and gives you dimensions and everything. And then,
to me, if you know you're going to be in the snake game, I don't think it's too early to start breeding rodents at any time, because even if you can't feed off the rodents, you can freeze them fuckers for freezer camp. That's all I'm saying. You got to have backup.
really,
Always
last
have
2
backup.
bags were $70, huh? So they've won up. I wonder if you can get it cheaper than Oxbow.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Oxbow. Well, see, I mean, I know Missouri here, last time I bought it, which had been a while, was $36, dude. And
I
that
paid
was a year
35
ago.
something, 35 something, 34, 35. Maybe it was 34 or something.
But build your rack, get you some female rats, and I would do, I did 4 to 1. Either
damn
3
it,
to
Drains. I've been thinking about getting some hamsters too. I thought about getting a couple, but can you keep them in a rack like a rat? Or do you got to get them their own little setups and shit for them fuzzy little bastards? Or can you just throw them in a rack?
Yeah, everything's gone up that way. If I would say if you got some kind of feed mill close to you, and they can, you can maybe get something there. KY says he gets it for $22 per bag. Where do you buy it from, Rob? Because that's pretty cheap.
22 would be sweet. Even if you did a 50-50 mix or something to keep your bill down a little bit.
That was 18-cent protein. She said bag of 23 is 37. Yeah, local feed store. Yeah, and see, that's what I would think. Like I don't know if there's any feed stores close to you. I know there's one down in O'Mogly or whatever, and they can usually get some stuff. They used to carry Kent too, so they might be able to get the cowbach too. So even if you said, hey, grab me a couple bags if they was cheap, and you locate a supplier. Yeah, you could be able to locate a supplier. Yeah, exactly. You could produce enough for 26
Oh yeah,
snakes.
as soon as I looked it up, it said on Chewy it's $34.99. It's like, damn.
Yeah, but I bet if you look at other places, these feed stores suck. They want.
Oh damn. It says that our Wilco's got fucking Missouri
They want
at
order ship.
$32.99.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
bad
weird.
if it's for a backup. That's good. I'll have to check our Wilco and see.
But a lot of people, I mean, really, if you think about it, a lot of people like Kent, it's a pig chow, and there's people that go and feed the cow chow and the pig chow. And
Well, the only
it's the same ingredients pretty much as Missouri,
well, yeah, but
I would think.
the only thing is it's in tiny ass little pellets. You can't really do
Some
the
are
upper
actually
feed.
bigger. Some are actually
Really?
bigger pellets than Missouri. So, I mean, I know people have been trying that out too and said it's been working great. So, I mean,
Oh, that ain't no bullshit about they never act like they've heard of rat food and shit. It's no fun.
yeah,
It's no bullshit. It's like, what? Do we sell that? It's like, yeah. It's
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Ken
You
is
know?
way bigger than Missouri. You're exactly right. And it says it's sow chow or whatever, sow cubes, you know, pig cubes. So,
well, I was just going off what people said because we were talking about the other night, and everybody says usually the pig chow is little.
Ken is. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's huge. But I mean, they loved it. You know what I mean? But it's basically the same thing. You know, I mean. Oh yeah, you gotta say
Missouri does a lot of pellets for like gators and turtles, and they do a lot of different pellets.
Well, that's the thing. Like the Tractor Supply, you can get the pig stuff. The area, it seems like any animal, but for rats, and then they only want to carry it in a 25-pound bag. You know what I mean?
One time I seen a 50-pound bag at our Tractor Supply, and then I've never seen it again because I was gonna make them do a price match because we have our local co-op does it, at the time was like $28 and they were like $31. So I was gonna get the receipt from the old one and get it cheaper at the Tractor Supply where I get my other shit, and then they've never carried it again. So it was like, what the fuck?
Yep, exactly. That's how you know. The only way you know it's rat food is by the tag. It has a pig on the bag. Yep. And you can look at the ingredients. You can pretty much, a lot of the stuff is the same. You know, if you look at Missouri and everything else, the ingredients are pretty well the same. But you know, it's like everybody was using doggy bag. You can't even get doggy bag at Tractor Supply no more.
No, they did.
They quit
and it was
carrying
funny because I seen there was a pallet of it, and it was like 11 something or something for bags or something, and then I said something, and the lady's all, "Whoa, it's discontinued. That's the last of it." And I thought, well, fuck. I should have probably got a few bags, but I never did.
Yep. Dang. Yeah, but if you get it on Amazon, if it doesn't come with free shipping, that would be the bad thing. And if it does, I'm sure the price is a little bit more expensive too. I mean, the only way you can really get a good deal on stuff like that, you know, like food and bedding and you know, cocoa is to order a pallet, you know, because
pallets.
You know, I see these people paying $20 for a block of ReptiChip, you know, or Pro Cocoa. And dude, if you order a pallet of it, last time I knew a pallet, you were getting a block of it for about $6 to $8 your cost. You know what I mean? You know, but there's what 150 or 210 blocks in a pallet, you know, so just feed them dog food. Yeah.
Well, you can. I mean, no, I mean, I know you were kidding, but you can. There's certain dog food you can, but I mean, it's funny. Usually they stink worse and they look all funky and. I was getting rats here for a while. You could tell the rats were funky when they shit.
You see that? Fry says they feed their rodents fresh salad or vegetables. What we do every 3 days before we clean helps reptile growth and overall health. Well, Bomb Project says that, you know, probably once a month he gives his rats a little treat of some dark chocolate. You know, not a lot, but he says, man, they eat it up and it helps.
The only one I fed my
rats. The only one I've ever heard that, and he swears by it.
%21 be just about right. They say like 18 and then treats, but if you were feeding 21, you wouldn't have to worry about the treats as much.
Right. Well, I mean, if you look at what's his name, Kiss Constrictors, he lives in Florida, and there's a a fruit stand not too far from his house, and he'd go there every day and get all the scraps,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, because there's still fruit on a lot of like the melons and stuff, dude. And he feed them to his rats. I mean, besides food, he had too, but I mean, that's just good stuff. They like.
Any supplement is good. That's
Yeah,
cheaper.
that's what a lot of people. 905 was like really weird, and he's like, he's never had. I think it's his ASS, but he was talking about it. I mean, it wasn't like he just fed him like bars of it, but I mean, it was like crazy. He's like, yeah, he goes, and I'm like, wow, it's weird.
Well,
A lot of people were shocked.
maybe he uses like a cooking chocolate instead of like a candy chocolate.
Yeah, I don't think he uses the candy chocolate. Or he might. I don't know. All I know is the dark chocolate. It could be. I don't know, but.
Well, I know a lot of people that they'll refeed their rats corn too, and they say that rats it's bad for them. Yeah, I feed mine carrots. Usually freeze them up and throw them in there, and they love them.
I like bugs too.
Oh yeah, that's what people don't understand. Like the rats, you can grab like a super worm and give it to one of them female rats. That bitch will grab that thing like she's never seen a Twinkie in her life. Boy, and people don't realize that animals react so much different when it's a live prey. It's like even down to a little worm for a rat. They grab it and they eat it. They get all savage, and it's like, holy shit, it's a totally different rat than you give it just a piece of food. It's like you give it a little cricket or a super worm, they act like it's just crazy. Did what?
Are you reading Rob's comment?
Yeah.
That's code for MJ.
Oh, nice. That dude's a douche.
Carrots are necessary for extra calcium, which helps snakes produce healthy eggs. Yep, true. Yeah, there's so much stuff you can get them. I think a lot of people don't realize, I mean,
oh yeah. Well, look at Ball Python Love when he first got into the game.
Dude, he was fixing this 4-course meal, dude.
He put huge plates of food in with his rats, like huge, like full breakfasts with like bacon and eggs and all kinds
eggs, all everything, dude.
Whole plate. He put it in their tubs to eat. It was so funny. Justin, that's the truest statement you ever said. Which one?
One you just said about being a douche.
Oh, well, yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, it all depends on what angle. Everybody's got an angle of how they're trying to, gain their popularity. Some people it's not always positive, It's like usually you can gain followers faster being fucking a dumbass than if you're trying to do the right thing. And that's the whole thing, with the Shane thing. The only sad thing about all of it is doing is bringing more attention to that piece of shit that doesn't need it anyway.
I know that his subscriber count went down a lot, though. He was
and people are just giving him more ammo or whatnot, but I don't care.
Yeah, he looks.
But that's the way it works, what social media, it's like you're either, there's so many sides to it. I'll say that it's like people just pick one and kind of run with it.
All right. Yeah, but Shane's good people though,
Well, yeah, well, even him. He tried to get into it being positive, and now he's upset because people are, he's got some people or in his feed, there's people feuding on which side is which, and now they're not maybe talking. So, I mean, everything opens up another can of worms. Like I said, with social media, you can fucking shit out a gold egg and someone's going to bitch it's not polished correctly. You know what I mean? It's like...
well, right. But, I mean, you also got to realize that...
everyone happy. It's like... You
can't come into this... I mean... You shouldn't. I mean, I know people that I shouldn't say that haven't come into this hobby within 5 years and blew up, but you don't come in this hobby 5 years and just act like
Yeah.
You're at the top of the game, and everybody else, if you don't like them, are bottom feeders. You know, I mean, that's just not how. Or if you don't
Well,
like who
that's
they
just a shitty
watch or whatever.
character anyway. Reptiles, welcome. That that's just shitty deal.
That guy made me video saying to be kind and let me go.
I hear you, Lekka.
Exactly. Just you know, I mean, you're gonna have to, you know, like a lot of people say, you know, you're gonna have to show me, not apologize, because
I just
apologies
think,
don't work, and then go in Discord to talk
well,
crap
yeah,
again. You got to actions, so
actions are way more important than words. You know,
which I'll never know because I'm not subscribed to them. So
yeah, for the longest time I didn't even know who you guys were even talking about. I mean, everybody kept talking about this dipshit. I don't even want to say his name, and it was like, what? Because I don't pay attention. And even if I seen a pod, I think the first time I heard about it was you. You told me that, what was it? Live feeding, I think, got booted from his
yeah, because of his name,
just because of
dude.
his name or whatever. And
like, that was the thing.
That's a bit harsh, you know.
You know, Dragon Soul was going to be on that podcast, and Live Feeding promoted it like a week or 2 weeks beforehand,
constantly, yeah.
And he would drop it in every live stream. Hey, go watch this chat with, you know, because supporting Pat, you know.
Yeah,
and dropped it everywhere, promoting it, you know, on all his social media. And he goes in there and he says like hi or whatever, and he's reading through the names. He's like, "Oh, Live Feeding, we don't roll like that here." And told him pretty much get the fuck out of my live stream. It's like, dude, this guy's been promoting you for 2 weeks where nobody else promoted you at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, and it's like you just and if you look at the guy's channel and now look at his name, his channel, he keeps high-end Pac-Man frogs, you know, and very nice Pac-Man frogs. You know what I mean? It's just the name of his channel because he went with what was hot, Live Feeding and ASMR. He put them together. And that was his name of his channel. It was, you know, to get people because of the name. That's keywords,
exactly.
You know.
It's search related.
Search related, and you go to his channel. He's got Pac-Man frogs, and I mean nice ones. I mean
nice
like $300, $400, $500 Pac-Man.
No, that
frogs.
One was like $800.
Yeah,
one
exactly.
Weird,
I mean,
nice looking, weird looking thing he had.
Yeah, like some really cool ones, you know.
No, there's some high-end fucking frogs, just like anything anymore. They're starting once all this morph shit got a hold of it to where a common person could mess with genetics. It gets crazy, you know.
Oh, yeah, well, we seen that when Pac-Man Jam had exotics. It was like $1,200 or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. There's high-end shit, man. It's crazy. It's like
they call them mutants because it's like almost translucent with like black eyes, and it won't ever be like, you'll never get the same one, you know, twice, you know. Crazy looking.
But no, like I said, it doesn't matter what your channel's about. It doesn't matter what you do. If you are on social media, there's going to be haters no matter what. There's people that do it just to be the hater. I mean, it's like they feel it's their position to be the hater. It's like,
well,
that's like on TikTok. I know when I'm going to get a viral video as soon as I get somebody that comes in the comments and says, "I'm just here for the comments." It's like, yeah, this is going to be a good video.
Well, and that's what pushes YouTube too. I believe that strongly, you know.
Quit now. You and that cat, quit now. You done messed with my tripod and everything. You get them cameras off.
Whiny butt over there.
He is the most vocal, whiny ass piece of shit ever, I swear. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. You reptile. Yeah. Well, there's some people that do that on they they do that in your comments to try to engage with you and argue with you, but when you don't argue with them, then they just leave.
I get more people commenting that they love my comment of the thanks for the support or something.
Yep, exactly.
Comment. If if you're positive on a hateful comment, you get a lot of attention for it. It cracks me up.
Oh yeah, because on that one video of mine that's got like 4 million views, they're like, people's like, man, this dude hearts and likes every comment no matter what it is.
I get people I get people to say it to me. You'll heart any comment, won't you? I say, if you take the time to comment, I will heart the comment.
I've had them say they have leave a bad comment. Don't heart and like this comment either. I'll be like, I'm going to just to make you mad.
I figure if somebody takes the time to comment, at least I can do is acknowledge it.
Oh yeah, or if they leave something hateful, go, well, thanks for watching, or thanks for your opinion, and usually they'll go, oh well, okay.
I usually do that all the time.
They'll subscribe.
And they're like, I didn't support you. It's like you watched my video, you talked about it, commented my video, regardless you thumb down or thumb, you interacted with the video. Thank you very much. It's like that's all we need.
Right. Yeah, that's funny. YouTube's it's easy if YouTube's easy if you just like I always said, like we said, the hours to me are way easier than the subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can get 4,000 hours quick, on content videos. It's the subscribers that if that's why the shorts are so popular.
Royals, I think it just means, and the same thing is I just didn't think there was any calcium in a carrot. Is there calcium in a carrot?
Oh,
I didn't even get into the conversation, but Ledka did say, he what he said, but I think he only said that because I don't think I didn't know there was any calcium in it. You Googling it right now?
Yep.
We're getting to the bottom of this. Right here.
I have no idea.
Monday Madness, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I have no idea. So, yep, there's 20 milligrams.
Is there?
Yep.
Well, damn.
It says carrots are among the most popular vegetables in the United States, contain high levels of beta carotene, vitamin A, and other vitamins and minerals.
Well, we knew all that part.
It says for like a dietary calcium, they're not good for dietary, but they're good. They said they are good for them though. So
yeah,
nice. They got a lot of vitamins and everything else in them. So yeah. What's up, Prophecy? So yeah, I mean.
Nice. See, there's always ways to learn. That's why I love
But I mean, I had no idea. So to be honest.
Well, when they first said when they were talking about the carrots and the calcium, I thought to myself too. I didn't think there was any calcium in the carrot at all. I didn't realize that.
10 rats producing 100 babies won't feed 26 snakes. I think they will, as long as he, knows the he needs to hold back some females, so when he always have the grow ups, I mean, that way when your breeder females start producing less babies, he can start retiring them and then upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even remember anybody talking about the 10 rats.
Oh, yeah, they were talking when RL was asking about rats and how you start, and everything else,
Yeah. No, that's why I said rats are up and down, man. It's like even if you think.
But I mean, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty low number. I mean, that's only really 10 babies. I mean, I've had rats have like 20-something babies at one time. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of shooting on the low end. So yeah, I mean, that's 100 babies. So that should.
And that's another thing with the rats too. A lot of people don't realize you got to pay attention to that shit, because if you got a female that's spitting off big litters, you need to keep that bitch and keep her babies too.
Exactly.
There's a lot.
I had that one female. She dropped like 26 babies, and that was the first thing somebody said.
Only spitting out 4 or 5 babies each time she's giving birth. She's wasting space and taking food. I mean, it's hard to say. Well, some people say that's hard to say, but it's true. If you got one that's spitting out 21 babies, those are the babies you need to keep, because
I've heard that a lot too. 1 female per adult snake. I've heard a lot of people. I actually know some people that have 2 females per adult snakes, but they have big collections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of snakes, but
Like,
I've always heard one female to, you know.
yeah, that's right about. And I actually have too many because not everybody eats. Because
Well,
I
that's
have
the thing.
I have probably 16 to 18 females, and I have 14 snakes. So
Well, yeah, and then if you figure too, your males, you know, I mean, like I said, not every snake's going to eat every week. I mean, and I guess it depends too on how big your
but I
snakes
feed
are.
the frogs and everything too, so that's like I keep up with that.
You know, well, and that's where a lot of your smaller ones go to. So I mean, but think if you have, you know, a bunch of hatchlings and or you know not even adult snakes, you could get by with less female rats.
Even then,
sure.
I think when you number the snake, it's like it's all no matter what. It's kind of like per average because it depends on how old your females are, and if they do put out bigger litters and smaller litters. No matter what, it's all about paying attention to your animals and your breeding and breeding what numbers you need. Because you can't just go by, hey, you need one of these, and then rely on that, and then all of a sudden happens, and then you're behind. So, like I said before, it's either always not enough or way too many, no matter what.
Oh no, exactly. I think 10 rats would be a great way for him to start out exactly for 26 snakes, because if he does get some overflow with the 10, he can put them in the freezer for sure, and that's a good way instead of going in, you know, especially somebody's never really done rats, you know, to go in there and say, hey, you need, you know, 10 goddamn tubs of rats with 4 females and, you know, or 5 females and 1 male. I mean, you know, he's going to be overwhelmed, you know, at first, you know, I mean, let him get into it. Cause I think we all start off with a smaller collection of rats and you just grow over time.
Yeah, you should always just kind of grow into what you need anyway. Because like I said, it's hard to keep the balance.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, and that's the thing is I think it's easier when you have a mix, I guess, because if you got nothing but hatchlings, man, it's hard sometimes to keep up because if you have too many babies at one time, they grow too fast, you know.
Frogs and shit. It's not
it
about
grows
do
too
I
fast.
have enough rodents. It's all about do I have the right size rodents at the right time. That's really important as well. So it's you know, I could have 100 rodents, but if they're not the right size for what I'm needing to feed, then they're kind of useless to me as far as that goes. You know, something else can eat them, but still.
But that's a good thing with pinkies too. I mean, you can freeze them, and most any of your hatchings are going to eat them too if they start getting too big. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's huge. If you're gonna breed snakes, man, that's the best thing you could do is have some babies in the freezer camp for them damn hatchlings and shit.
Oh, for sure. Because I'm not big into mice. You know what I mean?
Because it's hard to have the right size at the right time. From what I'm saying, it's like you could be producing a lot of mice, but do you have enough at that size at that time each week? You know. That's why everybody's got to take care of their animals correctly, and you judge from your animals and your intake of what's going on. And
see, I've never. I mean, I know people that rotate the male. I've never rotated males. I agree. I think one male to that colony, leave them in there as one colony family, and leave them be.
Well, no, and I think that's why a lot of people get babies eaten because it's a dominant. If a male comes into a thing and he's wanting to mate with his female, and he knows there's already babies in there. That's competition of somebody else's bloodline. They're not going to want them babies around anyway.
Well, usually but see, with a lot of times when they do that, they take the females out and put them in another rack by themselves.
That's true.
And then so it's a rotate like that. Like say you got a whole a freedom breeder full of rats.
All the nursery they'd call them,
and they just kind of go up and down the line with that male. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I keep my males in with the rats.
Time he gets back, I mean they're gone.
It's not where you have to, but yeah, it's
right.
I think you just keep things flowing. You don't have no newness. You know, it's like.
Well, to me, it's a no-brainer. To me, it's less work. You don't have to worry about, okay, I need to take this male, put him in here now. take them out of here, put them in here now.
Yeah.
And then what happens if that male doesn't get along with them females there? Then they're going to
Well,
be
a
a
lot of it
problem,
too
you
is
know?
just because the males get so much bigger. I think that people, try to keep it down, but it's like,
Right.
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
but how many times you open your tub and babies are laying right up next to the male?
I have comments about that, but I don't think we should get into it. But usually it's only one or maybe two babies, and I think they're not there for warmth. You know what I'm saying? I think that male's getting a little enjoyment out of those little suckers, thinking that there's a nipple there. Because I've said this before. People always talk about that shit. Rats are the filthiest little fuckers for that. Jay's
Right there.
catfish. It ain't seen you in a minute.
What's up, Jace?
But if you have a male in the
Exactly,
front of the
Rob.
tub with one male underneath him, yeah, he's not there for warmth. He's there for a little suckling. That boy's enjoying his life. That male is. You could say he's not all you want, but if you've owned rats long enough, I think if you thought about it, that's what's happening. I don't think he's there for any other reason other than the fact is that male mouse knows that little son bitch is gonna wanting to do some suckling. Right or wrong? Am I not right? Hey, maybe nobody wants to say it. I'll say it. That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Them male mice
I don't think
are
all the
filthy, are
time.
male-
I don't think it's all the time, but yeah, that's probably
Bullshit.
because I've seen him with 2 or 3 or 4 just laying. I mean, chilled out in the AC.
Okay,
and
so
not
then the
doing
other ones
nothing.
ain't as good at it as this one. He got back up. Either way, yeah. There's some suckling going on.
Yeah, Rob, but I mean, we've talked about that too. I mean, they'll put a couple up in front of the tub because that's the way if a predator comes, them are the ones that they're sacrificing.
They're hoping that they'll
basically.
find the two. They're hoping to find the two, so the rest of the colony can get away.
I got you at 905. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because right out they're and that's another thing. Not only they're getting that suckling going on, it's that them males are fucking ruthless. They could sometimes not even be done giving birth, and them boys are over there trying to dip their stick again. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's like, man, give that girl a rest, give her a bath and a goddamn coffee. Shit.
I'm also, but when you have them in a colony like that, I think it takes a lot off the female when you got 3 or 4 females that can help.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Help nurse them babies, and then if
and
you get one female that don't want nothing to do with them, that older female will show her how to do it, and then usually that other female will never do that again as long as you have
Well, remember, I've said it in a few of my videos too, especially with mice. If you got to have old moms with new moms, man, because if you got a bunch of new moms, it's havoc. But if you got a new mom with some old moms that can learn, they'll get into the routine way faster if they're around.
Yeah, because then the old ones will take
the
over,
older moms. Yeah, I don't think the rats are that as bad as the mice, but the mice are really weird.
But I say it all the time, do what works best for you. If it works and you're doing good, hey, keep doing it.
Oh, I made them. Actually. And it's because YouTube back in the day, they used to do a lot more rewards, but I made myself one for 10,000 when I got over 10,000 subscribers. And then when Irondogg, Derek, and Deranged got over 10,000, I was late on them, but I made those guys plaques too.
Yeah.
If you make it over 10,000, you call me, I'll make you one. It's not like a plaque. It's not like a wooden deal, but it cost me like $30.
But yeah, but the ones that are in the front, like them, are usually the first ones you're going to grab anyway if you're feeding off.
No, when those babies are little and they're with them males, yeah, they're not there.
905, you won't get that here. If it works and everything's healthy, it doesn't matter if you keep in tanks or tubs or racks or whatever, as long as the animal's thriving. That's all that really matters.
We care about around here.
That's all that matters.
That's always been my theory. I don't give a shit what you do. I don't care how you feed them. I don't give a shit what you do. If you got good numbers and you got healthy animals, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the bottom line. That's what a lot of people.
I have 2 colonies of mice still because the monitor eats them and shit, and then the frogs or whatever. That's what got me through a lot too with the frogs and stuff because I had a lot of mice at the time when I got back out of the hospital. The mice drawer was fucking full like a champ because I was gone for a little. It's amazing what happens even 16 days how things change so much when you're not doing it yourself and shit. I come into it and I got and that's what helped me when I lost all the rats in the room in the other room is where the mice were. So I had a lot of mice to help with the frogs and all that shit to get things through.
Right.
Nice. Those actually look better than what YouTube. No, the YouTube ones at 100K are really nice because they're actually like nice plaques.
That's
They're
the bottom line,
nice,
and that's where, you know, this isn't like Facebook and a lot of groups, you know, where you got to do it one way. You there's so many different ways to do it, and
I'd rather hear different ways. Like if somebody's doing something successful a different way than I'm doing, I at least want to hear about it because I mean, if something works, I want to hear if it may work for me better than what I'm doing. So that's our attitude. What we try to keep around here is like, you know, we could all learn from each other. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure.
You can hate what I do, but you know, I may have a care video that may help you or something, or a how-to video or something, or whatever. You know, it's like you never know. It's like, and even then, YouTube's a different deal. People do shit on YouTube for a certain reason, not just because that's what they want to do.
Right. And there you go. Your mice too good in tanks, not horrible in tubs. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. No, mine do all right in the tub. Well, I have the I bought the what was the company I bought it from? The one that went out of business? Tallgrass or whatever. I bought the actual mice rack from them, and it's got the shorter tubs and shit. And my mice don't seem to worry about it at all.
Oh no, it wasn't Tallgrass. You mean like the one that your snake rack?
Yeah, like my snake racks. What was it? Tallgrass or something?
No, it was a real
TGR
popular
or something.
Yeah, TGR.
Oh, Tallgrass something, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, everybody knows it's TGR is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but it was Tallgrass something or whatever. But anyway, yeah, and the tubs are really short and they work really well actually. And that's like the little and that's like the watering system. If you take that spring out and cut off like one little circle of that spring, it helps the mice a little bit. But you can't cut off too much because then it'll leak.
Right.
But if you just cut off just a tiny little bit of that spring, it makes it a little easier for the mice to drink. Shit, that's even like the tubs on the rat racks. How many different ways is there to fix a fucking tub? I do it with the wire. Some people do it with a washer. Some people, you know, think that it's not gonna, you know, like we were talking the other night. How do these people have these tubs with the keyhole open and they're not getting no escapes? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I've always either put the wire mesh like you use for the screen, you know, use on the regular feeders, you know, or
and didn't somebody use like an L bracket or something, or
yeah, you know, you get an old piece of like metal tin or anything real
like
thin,
a little corner molding piece,
you know,
or something,
because it'll form right around it, you know, and then you just pop ribbon it in there, you know. But I've always used the wire because you always got extra pieces of wire laying around.
That's the one thing that needs to bring this whole community together. I don't give a shit what you do or whatnot, or if people don't like this and that. It's all about the care of the animal. If somebody's doing something right with their animal, it's like give them the credit, watch it, and if it works for you, do it. You know, I mean, that's the whole point of sharing information. It's like don't be so bashful that you can't better your animals because you're too ashamed that somebody does something better than you. So I don't give a shit. If somebody sees something I'm doing, it's like, hey, Justin, if you try this, it might make it easier. I'm gonna try that shit. You know?
Right.
Because I am all out for anything that works efficiently and keeps the health of the animal. I'm not saying half-ass nothing, but if you got something efficient that makes it easier and the animal's still just as healthy, I'm willing to try.
Oh, for sure, because there's a lot of different ways people can do it, you know. So I mean,
but no, that's what I think. I even know there's thousands and millions of people over there, but that's why I don't like the Facebook groups, because it's like any group you get into, there's no medium groups. It's either you got to be on this side or that side, and it's like fuck whatever.
Yeah, you get one, you can't, if you show a tub or a tank, they're gonna bash you. You get another side, if you're keeping in the tubs, they're gonna bash you. So
well, that was like I was in one of those groups in the beginning and shit, and I had all my snakes in little tubs because I was doing something with the snake rack. I think I was moving it.
We all agree with you there. We've seen that. We agree with that.
I took all the snake and I had all the snakes in the little tubs, and I took a picture of it and I said my new snake rack, and they deleted me from the group instantly. I was like, it was a joke, man. I was just moving.
Yeah,
the snake rack.
I've seen them do that with rats too, 905, and it's like, why are you doing that? You know, I mean, that is a problem. That's just being mean. Remember, there was also that video that guy would cut his rat's teeth before he'd
Were
feed
they
him.
ASF that he was cutting the teeth on?
No, but I'm sure you see. I'm sure
Oh.
they've done it to that too. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I've seen the one with the rat too. You know.
They're on me, but
Yeah,
they're
but I mean,
good
as
too.
soon as they get hit, they're dead, dude. They don't
Yeah.
fight. They don't
They
fight
don't.
like a
They
Norwegian.
they do not. They do go down fast. Yeah, absolutely hate both our Facebook groups. It's true that they're just so one-sided. It's not even funny, you know.
Oh, you're good. That's what this is all about, 905. We have people come in here, just that's all they do is ask questions.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, because you know,
And
you
for
can.
some reason, the bad thing is people that have like one-sided opinion on things usually do pretty good in social media. If you try to make a medium type of, you know, we're the in-between group, they don't seem to be as successful. Which seems really stupid to me. You think it'd be the other way around.
Right. Oh, and
Yeah. The only stupid questions are the ones not asked. Shit, that's why I got into the wanted to get into a community and shit when I got into
right.
reptiles, is just to share information, man. It's like learn.
It wasn't much of that 3 years ago, was there, Justin?
No, there was crickets back in the day. I remember when I first started the Tuesday stream and shit, I'd be in there talking to myself for many days. Fucking like one person in the background or something that wouldn't talk. It's like, hey, are you there?
That was just you watching on your other device.
I think it probably was. I don't even know if I had another device back then. Shit, when I first started, I wasn't as efficient as all the devices now, you know.
No, you're good. I think everybody.
It's like this computer's for that, this
here.
computer's for that. I got my tablet computer right here's for that, and webcams and all. Oh, you gotta check out my new frogs. Trish got me a lamp that's a frog.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Plugged in, so it's hard to see, but it's a frog. You see, it's a frog. You
I
can't
see
even
that.
see it. It's hard
Hold
to
on.
see.
There, put it up there. I can see it now.
You can kind of see it.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's got the little metal stand and the glass frog. It's cool. It's got metal arms on the glass frog. Makes it look cool. Awesome. I shouldn't have plugged it in so I could show everybody, but.
Where'd you get that at?
We see anything that's a thrift store.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
She's a thrift store queen. As I said, every time she sees something with a frog, you need this? You need this?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's where I got like the Beware frog picture. It's like hand drawn by somebody. It was at the Goodwill for like $1.99 or something. It's like I gotta have that just because, you know, it was all hand drawn. It looks all cool. I'm trying to do my own drawing of it a couple times, but I always screw something up because I want to do my own drawing of it, kind of to where it's my creation that I've drawn, to where I can't copyright bullshit because I don't know where the original picture came from. So if I draw my own, then it's my own artwork.
All you gotta do is take a picture of it, upload it to an AI, and AI will draw an original for you, and it'll give you different designs, and you can even pick a design you like, and then click on it, and it can even give you more versions of that one design, you know. So
yeah,
I mean, AI's taking over, dude. I mean, the drawings it does, and man, you know, it's crazy. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Not torture. I don't think it's torturing the rat feeding live.
No, he's joking. I've seen his comments before.
I was like, well, just because it's like, fuck, man, the motherfuckers sucking for air and them containers getting gassed aren't having any good time neither.
Well, it's the pinkies. I always say, why would you?
That's the funny
it's like,
part.
well, because the only way you can kill a pinky is to freeze it, because you can't gas a pinky, you know. And people like, how long do you think it's got to sit in that freezer, suffering, you know, compared to seconds, you know?
Yeah, it's like, no, that's just when I tell people that, it's like, well, it's cruel. It's like, no, it's cruel to stick a whole bucket full of pinkies in the freezer, just, you know, you know, because you can't gas them. What do you mean you can't gas them? It's like, you can't gas them; they don't die. Their lungs aren't developed enough to die from it, so you got to freeze them. Usually, people calm down after that.
Yeah, it's funny. But you know, there's a lot of people that don't know that though. You know, I mean,
And well, that's like, you know, people talk about the live feeding videos and shit. It's like they have no idea that, you know, I oversee more of what's going on by filming it than I would if I just threw it in the tub and shut it.
well, there's
So I'm
a lot of
actually
people that
safer
say
by
that they don't
filming
have a
it than I would
problem.
be
You know, a
by
lot of
not.
people say they don't have a problem with it. They just don't like the videos out there on YouTube
Yeah.
of it. You know, that's what they're saying, that they don't, you know, they get
Well,
it, you
yeah.
know, but
Some people say that, but yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying that that's, you know,
I think if they're going to be made anyway, what's the difference? Why not? What you might if they're going to allow a video, you might as well do it with healthy animals.
well,
and
there's
do it
way
fucking-
more worse
and try
videos than
to-
that out there. you
That's
know.
what I'm saying. They try to do it correctly and make a decent video out of it instead, because there's always going to be somebody doing it.
I appreciate it, 905. It's, you know, I don't know. It's,
Well, yeah, you always got to feed. That's why I tell people. I seen people that are like, nope, I only feed live, just so against it. And it's like, well, like again with the freezer camp, if you ain't got nothing in that freezer and you lose your rodents, what you gonna do? You know.
well, well, I don't get
I
is,
think every snake I have right now will eat either frozen or thawed. You know, they'll eat either one if you heat it up correctly, and you know it's.
well,
That's the
it's
best. If you got
people
one that
get
will,
mad at you feeding a rat, but they'll watch a kimono eat a baboon.
yeah, and then they got two fucking and then they got mouse traps in their fucking garage snapping rats' heads
It's
off
like,
all day long, wasting them.
it's like, okay, you just watched a
Well, that's
big
like the rat guy, the
lizard eat
mink
a
dude.
baboon, dude. You know
The
what I'm
mink
saying?
dude could have a thumbnail saying, you know, 297 rats killed.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
And
because it's a mink.
and only one rat dies in my video, and I'm in trouble. I don't get it.
Well, because see, people, I think they look at it different. They're like, he's, you know, it's like in a pet or a pest service. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they have a
exactly,
rodent
yeah.
problem, so he's
Yeah.
taking
Yeah,
care of
I
all
know,
these.
but-
And then you feed one, and they're like, "How could you do that?" Well, dude, come on, you know.
Well, and then the fact is, you know, it doesn't
Maybe
get
you should get
wasted.
minks.
There's nothing
Maybe you should get some
wasted,
minks.
you know.
Get you a mink.
But
That's
yeah,
your new
no,
pet.
it's
A mink.
crazy, man. Animals are weird. Like I said, I hate anybody that says you have to do it one way anyway, because it's like you have to care to your animal. Every animal is going to be a little bit different. Just pay attention to your animals. Just watch your animals. Your animals will tell you exactly what they need. You know, it's like.
And Rob is one of the only people that, I mean, not I mean that I know. I mean, I know there's other people, but I mean, somebody can tell him this snake will never ever eat a frozen thawed, and he'll have it eating frozen thawed like right now, dude. I mean,
I think a lot of that is doing it correctly. I mean, people, you can't get them too hot. You can't get them, you know, too cold. I think if you get it right, they'll eat them. You know,
because he's had people that said, dude, I fed live, it'll never eat a frozen thawed, and then he'd be like, dude, I got this snake, but you know, and it within like a couple days.
I try to have all my
thawed.
snakes. Like I said, I feed live, but I try to have all my snakes. You know, I feed them a frozen thawed every now and then. Just the fact is, in case something happens, you know, that I can pull a brick out the freezer and feed the clan, you know, and get everybody fed.
But there are them one snakes, because you remember when Notlu and West, they had that snake and it would not eat for like 7 months.
Yeah,
and
the ASF one.
He even tried to feed it a frozen ASF, it wouldn't eat. And then I said, here, you can have my whole colony. I gave my whole colony ASFs. And he said that snake ate instantly when because he said, and I said, I knew it, but that was a snake that was
snake not eat for 7 months, and it's not
no, but
die,
that snake,
you know?
I told him I knew where it come from, and they had problems with the snake in the past. It would only eat a live ASF. It would not eat a Norwegian. It would not eat frozen thawed, and
yeah,
it was crazy.
Like I said, I think, and that just goes back to you adapt to your animals. You know, you like. I mean, I see spider videos constantly, tarantula videos of eating the roaches and shit. None of my 3 tarantulas will eat the roaches. They'll eat superworms and crickets. I throw roaches in there. Nope. They will not. None of them attack and take the roaches down. I've seen 100 videos of people's tarantulas eating roaches. And my tarantulas do not. So of course, I gotta have some fucking crickets around all the time. I hate crickets. They
what about
stink.
superworms?
The ones, well, yeah, it's hard to get the arboreal spiders to eat a fucking, a goddamn superworm on the ground.
Right.
If it doesn't take it out of the tongs, and they don't always
Right.
do that. Sometimes I can get them to take them out because I'll offer them to them, and if they'll take it, they'll eat it. But if it hits the ground, it'll go underneath the dirt, and them spiders never see that superworm again.
Well,
And
I
then
know
if they get away
a
from
lot
you,
of people
you
will
look in
crush
there
the
a month
heads of
later,
their
and you got
superworms.
a bug in there.
Well,
big
no, a
old
lot of
black bug.
people will crush the heads of their superworms, even to
Yeah.
like geckos, because they're afraid they'll bite them. So they
Yeah.
just kind of squeeze the head, and then you ain't got to worry about it if it doesn't eat it. You just wiggle it, so.
Well, yeah, but if it doesn't eat it, and then if you don't get it out of the cage, you getting all the bugs. It's crazy.
You get mad at what nature does, but eat a bacon cheeseburger and don't think about where it comes from.
Just her saying that comment cracks me up because I'll have people that'll comment weird shit like they shouldn't be eating this meat and blah blah blah, or the live animal and this and that, and then they'll put LOL as I'm eating the juicy raw cheeseburger.
I've had them too.
It's so funny. It's like, you fucker. Sounds all serious, and then they joke at the end. It's funny.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Did you see? Area 51's post the other day about, I want to have to. It's getting tight and too much work. Living here, I have to sell my collection, get down, and he's like, talking about his selling his place, not his collection.
Yeah.
Somebody else did that too the other day. It said, or posted their wife. All you gotta do is show up. She'll be the one in white.
Oh yeah, Fungus. It's crazy. There's certain people that do certain shit, and it makes no sense. They get away with all kind of crap, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm saying, even if you
nature.
don't like live
They
feeding or
film
not,
it in nature, and it's okay.
I try
that's
to
weird.
at least, try to show a decent video. If it's too gory and shit, I don't show those videos. I just show a natural kind of feeding.
Right.
I try to do it with class. I try to do a high quality video so it's enjoyable for people to watch. And it's not the enjoyable part. And that's another thing. People always think it's always about the rodent dying. It's like, oh my God, the rodent died. Why not we celebrate the fact that a snake fed and it got fed, they ate? That's the fascinating part of watching a no-armed slithering creature take down a rat and swallow it. To me, that's it's crazy. It's unreal.
But watching something eat with no arms,
yeah,
and no legs,
the celebration of enjoying the video isn't because a rodent died. It's because an animal ate. If you go take down a fucking deer, you celebrate the fact that your family's going to eat. It's not about, they're not celebrating that a deer died. They're celebrating that their family gets to eat.
Yeah, but you seen any of them videos lately? People don't even show the kill shot. They'll show it shooting, but they won't show the deer, and then they'll show the deer afterwards. Just like, so it's like but that's another thing with YouTube and guns and everything else too, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's, a different.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's the thing, Rolls, there's always going to be somebody that's going to say something no matter what. And it's natural instinct for humans to, like I said, if you shit out a golden egg, somebody's going to bitch it's not polished enough. It's like, there's always going to be somebody bitching, always, no matter what. So
Exactly.
Like I say, no matter what, the top of the line is, if you don't like my video or not, my animals are healthy. The animal that's getting fed and the animal that is feeding, they're both animals are healthy.
Well, that's the good thing about YouTube too. If you don't like the videos I'm making, you can not watch it and go watch something that you do like.
Exactly.
And because there's billions of people watching YouTube every day. So not everybody's going to like what you watch, but don't go around just looking for stuff.
People act in the comments like I made that video to force down their throat. It's like, man, I didn't make that video and send it to you. I made the video for whoever wants to watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch.
It's like, why did YouTube suggest this? Because it's trending right now.
Well, and if they did suggest it, obviously there was something that you've done in the past that is linked to this that they think you're going to like.
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
That's the worst. Why was this suggested to me? Obviously, you watch something that's related to something that goes on in my video for you to get it suggested to you. That if you had to watch something.
Well, and okay, they'll be like, this video is like, dude, the thumbnail says warning, live feeding. It shows a frog with a rat in its mouth or whatever. you know what you're going to watch. It says in the
Yeah.
description, in title, what it is. It's in the description.
And that's
And then
funny
you
too. And
still
I'm
choose
sure
to do it.
Fungus Queen has got this, and so are you. People are like, well, they'll comment on your video, this is cruelty, blah blah blah, and all this bullshit. And it's like, well, why'd you watch it? I didn't watch it. And it's now, how did you know what happened in the video? How do you know what to complain about if you didn't actually watch the video?
Right.
You know, it's like you can't assume what's in there. People fucking lure people in with thumbnails all the time, and that's not the actual thing of what's going on in the video or not. So if you're really going to comment on my video, you better watch it, good or bad comment. I don't care, but you better watch the video. Then you have something to comment about. Because if you say you didn't watch it and then you have a negative comment, it means nothing to me. Negative comments don't mean nothing to me anyway. But you know, it's like, if I let that shit get to me, I'd be in the fucking insane asylum a long time ago. You know,
this is probably what you're hearing. 905.
and you know what the funniest part format is harsh. They have no idea the comments that YouTube holds. I get some comments that are like, I'll kill you, your children, I'll rip out their heart. I mean, I've gotten some comments that YouTube, because it saves them to me, it lets me view them, it just won't let them
Oh
go.
yeah,
those comments, the juicy ones. I should paste and copy some of those some bitches and post them one of these days, because it's brutal sometimes. It's crazy.
Well, the comments that you get that they won't show on to everybody else, yeah, them are
yeah, the hold ones, the ones that YouTube holds because they're violation or whatever. It's like, holy shit. Now those ones, I mean, the ones on my video people think are creepy and I should worry about. No, it's the ones that people don't see are the ones I should worry about. But
right,
it's insane,
exactly.
But yeah, it's crazy. I haven't looked in those in a while neither. I haven't my held comments. I haven't looked in there in a bit.
I haven't either. Actually, I need to look at my copyright. I think I got one the other day from somebody. Take one of my. I know what video it is already.
Oh, I seen a video come through my deal. It was all distorted, weird looking shaped. It's like I don't know how they altered it to get it to where it doesn't recognize in the in the deal. But it's like, man, I'm 99% sure that's my video. It's like
Well, I looked at the copyrights one day and I had 14 people steal the same video and post the same video, the whole video. And I hit them all.
No form, of racism whatsoever, but 80% of the people that snatch my videos are all the Oriental channels. It's always in like Japanese writing or Chinese writing or whatever,
or Indonesia or somewhere like that.
It's crazy. They're always weird channels that steal my videos.
So I used to give them a chance. I'd write in the comments, take this, delete this video now, or I'm going to file a copyright against you. Yeah, and they'll be like, no. And I'm like, okay, I gave you a warning. And now I don't even do it no more. I just file the copyright right against them because. When they don't want to do it, and you've asked nicely.
Well, reptiles, the ones that I'm talking about, you actually have to go search for them in your settings and shit. They're the comments that YouTube holds.
Yeah, if you go into your dashboard,
I don't know. Do you have to be monetized for them to do that?
No, not for your comments, because your comments you can go in there and look at your comments, and when you go look at your comments on your dashboard, it'll say like current, but you can look at the ones that.
If I had $5 for every time my life was threatened on YouTube, I could have retired.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
And bot channels.
Usually they always talk about feeding me to crocodiles or some shit. It's like, well, I'd like to feed you to my crocodile. It's like, well, are you going to film it?
Or some of the ones, I mean, they get ruthless in there. I'm like, I just laugh at them. Like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, it's like, you really, I mean, I've had people write me it's like a fucking like paragraphs and paragraphs, huge comments. And it's like, did you really just put that
Heather, you have a good night
into this?
Well, that's what's good about having a video that getting millions of views, like the one, because you ain't got to you don't even got to have millions of views. You got the thousands. When you'll have one person in there always sticking up for you, and you don't have to say nothing. And they'll argue back and forth in the comments, and he'll reply to every hate comment on that thread. I got one on that.
Yeah, it's good it's cool when you get the guys in the comments fighting for you. I like that because it makes me feel good, like somebody's actually got my back.
Well, yeah, because I think that's what helps push your videos. Like I said, when you got, I don't know how many, 50, 60,000 comments I had on that one video, dude. And people are, back and forth and. it's great, you know. It's cool to listen to, and you know. And they'll go back. Did you not read the pinned comment? What he said? This was a wild snake.
Oh yeah,
You know.
no
You
bullshit.
know. And, you know.
Yeah, like I said, they'll bitch about anything. It doesn't matter what you're doing or what your niche is. There's always going to be somebody in the comments trying to take you down. You know, it's like,
Yep, my protectors. They're your protectors, exactly.
you know, like I said, all the bottom line is I don't care, just as long as the animals.
Well, sometimes they're held to because they think they might be like a bot or somebody a spam. You know, I mean, that's why they'll hold them. Sometimes, you know, it could be a brand new YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, but in your settings, I have it in my settings that to hold for YouTube to hold potentially hazard comments.
Yes, exactly. That's what
because
I do.
there is a setting above that where you can allow every comment, but if you allow every comment, then I think it's just worse because it's like, you know, you don't want other people to see some of the shit these people are saying.
Well, I have allow all comments, but they still hold certain ones.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
No,
I bet the police are stuck up for me.
I allow them to hold the ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. They're all nice people. Yep. Yep. No, I get that shit all the time. People, and they'll break down like scientific, like TJ kind of shit. You know, they'll put big, telling them the facts about everything. This is exactly how it is. Big fucking, and it's like, damn, dude. It's like, I like this guy.
Well, is anybody else going live tonight?
Oh, I don't know. There's probably a bunch of lives going on. Mondays are pretty wild.
See, Morbid went live, an hour ago?
Oh, yeah, he's live right now. Let me see if they're still live. Oh, yeah.
If y'all want to go watch.
Some boys need to turn their cameras. This isn't Instagram. Oh, I think they're using the YouTube thing, huh? Isn't that when you go live through YouTube or with the multiples, you got to keep your cameras up?
Yeah. Taking content. Well, you can on Shorts, 905. You can take content and repost it if it's Shorts. You know, like take somebody's content and repost it as Shorts. But what a lot of people don't realize, and we talked about this too with this new monetization with Shorts, if you're uploading like TikTok videos or anything like that to YouTube, it don't count towards your views. It's got to be original content still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if it's your own content, it's one thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're uploading your own content, but if you're uploading somebody's video from TikTok,
but that's the thing.
You can do it. It's simple.
I think either way, if it's got the TikTok logo on it and it ain't your shit, you're not going to get credit for it. Is the big thing. Right. Because I mean, like me, I post my video on TikTok and on YouTube as a short. I post them separately. A lot of people post them on TikTok, and then when they get this, because there's an option in TikTok to have the videos put right into your saved files or whatever of what you posted. So that's how they do it over there. It's weird.
Right. But it is what it is. So. Well, I appreciate everybody joining in tonight. We haven't been back for Monday. We might keep going on Mondays again. It seems like it was just it got pretty. There were so many lives at one time you know.
Well, people need to be here anyway.
Yeah, I mean we're always here. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Maybe.
If we're not on Fridays, it's because Justin letting the community down.
Oh, nice. Fucking nice.
Oh, nice. There you go.
All right, yeah.
But I do know that if y'all ain't doing anything tomorrow, 7 o'clock Central Time, My Animal House and his wife do their weekly stream. Go check them out.
I am going to do tomorrow's stream. I already got it set up.
I know you did, because when I logged in on my phone, I was still set up on your account. So.
Oh, from doing the race?
Yep.
Nice. All right, everybody. I'm going to go grab some food and see what's up.
Yep.
J Mac, welcome.
What's up, J Mac? Yeah, I don't know if let me see if Morbid's live. I can drop.
If anybody's new, we do this weekly: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hit us up. Friday on my channel, Tuesday, Monday, and Wednesday on his channel. What are you looking up? You getting Morbid's link?
Yeah.
Shit, he'll have a heart attack if too many people go over there.
Here's Morbid's link to his live. If you do go over there, tell him Iron Animal Show sent you over there. And other than that, appreciate y'all coming in here. Till next
Until
time.
next time. Take care and
Peace.
stay wild, everybody. Later.